to introduce Marge to share her input and what she got from the Compound Effect chapters 3 and 4. I hope everyone has read and is up to date. Marge's journey started with Herbalife as a customer. And before she got started on Herbalife, she says that she used to dread getting up in the mornings and she used to struggle to get her day started. And most of the time she would need a nap after lunch just to get through the remainder of the day. And she never had any energy to exercise at all. Now she's a very young lady who's full of energy. She feels younger every day. She doesn't need the afternoon naps anymore, and she can exercise regularly. She's had an amazing result on the products apart from the energy and everything else. She's dropped 3 pound sizes as well. And as what happens with most people, she actually got inspired to start doing the business because of her result and other people noticing the changes in her and asking her what it's all about. And that's how she got interested in getting the business started. Now she's a proper international businesswoman. She's been in Canada. I'm not sure how long it is now, Marge. I think it's quite a few months.
Since June.
Since June, okay. So yeah, more than half a year in Canada already. I know she's got some of the family involved in the business on that side as well. And every time I see you on these calls, you just look younger and younger and younger and more amazing. Mm-hmm. So I really, really look forward to listening to your training this evening, Marge. Over to you.
Oh dear Lisa, I'm not a speaker, so please, I'm just going to read to you what I've written down. So the first thing was about our habits. That third chapter is all about the habits and the things that we do repeatedly. So we do these things automatically. And these, unfortunately, sometimes lead us in the wrong direction. So we actually need to make an asserted effort to start building in the right direction. So it's like in the book they speak about the chap on the horse, and when asked where he's going, he says, "Ask the horse." And so very often that's the way a lot of us are. I think that's how I've been my life. You just go with the flow. And it really leads you down the garden path. It really doesn't do much for you in the long term. It's a compound effect, although just going with the flow leads you in the wrong way. So we need to start to build a daily routine so that we do things repeatedly. People who are successful, not necessarily are they more or smarter than others. It's that they have put the right habits in place. And so they do those habits every day, and that's how they've come to be successful. Okay, so let's have a look here, what I've written. So we need to wake up and realize that these habits are contributing to our life going down the drain, basically. And we need to make, even if it's just slight adjustments to your daily routine, and this can dramatically alter the outcome of your life. So we also need to be beware of that instant gratification trap. If we think I'll just have that chocolate, or I'll just have that burger, we don't see an immediate effect, but after a while, these things catch up with us, and those are the things that lead us in the wrong direction. So we need to just wake up to the fact that these habits are leading us to where we're going. Finding your mojo or your why. So we need something stronger than just willpower. Willpower is often not getting us where we want to be. So we need to get rid of those bad habits by finding the reason why we want to be successful, why we want to reach our goals. And that why that we need to find is more powerful than your willpower. So it's really comes down to finding that why. And the why is possible for everybody. And so we need to choose to be successful. Because that why power is really a superpower. Also, he speaks about achievement is not fulfillment. So just because you reach your goals, doesn't always fulfill you. You need to find the things that are important to you. And that's why you need to find that core motivation, and your core values, because that together with that why, to finding the right, building those correct habits, you in the right direction. So your actions need to be in line with those core values. And when you define your core values, it makes the decision-making easier. So when you're faced with a choice, you don't need to look back. You know which choice is the best for you personally. Sometimes your motivation is, well, you might think it's a negative thing, but maybe it's something that you hate. It might be something you want to be successful, to show others that you can be. So you hate the negativity maybe, and so you need to grow from that. And then your goal setting. What we see and we experience is what we get. So it's like when you're buying a car, when you buy a new car, and maybe you've never thought about that type of car before, and suddenly you see those cars all around you, because you're focusing on that particular vehicle. So we need to instruct our brains to look for what we want. And that's why it's important to do your goal setting, to write down the things that you're wanting. And that success is something you attract by the person you become. So it's, yeah. I don't know where I'm at. So the strategies for eliminating bad habits, I just want to look for them. So our bad habits are learned, and you can unlearn them. Clean your house. In other words, get rid of all the unnecessary and tempting things in your life, not necessarily food-wise, but all the unnecessary things mentally, physically, and emotionally, and swap them for something that's good. So if you've got chocolates in your house, Cadbury's Nestle chocolates, get your Herbalife bars and have those chocolates. It's just a small thing. And then ease into it. Sometimes it's not easy to change those habits. So just take baby steps. Small things at a time, one thing at a time. Other things you need to do straight away. So if maybe you're a smoker, quit. cold turkey is probably the best. Not having any cigarettes around, then you can't smoke them. There's techniques for installing good habits. So the secret is finding making a daily routine and finding good habits. So set yourself up for success. Don't have the wrong things around. Make changes that fit into your lifestyle. If you say you're going to do something like exercise, and it's not really what you're used to doing, a little bit at a time, just going out to the gym, getting a gym membership, and going to gym 3 times a week or more even. You might do that for a little while, but you soon get tired of that if you're just not, if that's not in what you're used to doing. So start small, maybe just do a little bit of exercise at home and then build up. Like Lisa was saying last week, how she managed to do the marathon. Start just walking and eventually build up until you feel confident and wanting to go to the gym regularly. Think addition, not subtraction. So focus on what you're adding to your life rather than what you're taking away. So yeah, when you start that exercise and you start feeling better, you will want to do it more. So just keep adding to it. And then have an accountability not partner, well, you need an accountability partner, but tell people what you're doing. Tell your family and your friends what your goals are, and that you are working toward those goals. And then find somebody who wants to do it with you. It's because it's much easier if you're doing it with somebody else or in a group. And that's why the groups that you have here are so are easier to follow. When you join one of those groups, it's easy to go along with other people. Sometimes you need some competition, or you could turn that habit into competition, like your the boot camps or fit clubs. And then you need to celebrate those little, the progress that you're making. So reward yourself along the way. So it's not easy to change. If it was, everybody would be doing it. So be patient with yourself. Those habits are not formed overnight. So keep your attention on your new behaviors so that it becomes automatic, and then momentum will kick in. So you need to find your big momentum. And in that way, let's see where I am. Sorry. So yes, you need to harness that power of that momentum. It takes change to show. It takes time for changes to show. But once you start taking those those changes start taking effect, the results will compound rapidly. The hardest part is just to start. So the momentum can work both ways, for or against us. We need to make sure that we are taking our habits in the right direction. And how you get that momentum? By making new choices based on your goals and your core values. Put those choices to work through new positive behaviors. Repeat the healthy actions long enough so that they become habit. It's not going to happen overnight. You need to do them over and over again and focus on those things for them to become habit. So if you build a routine, so you know the steps that you are taking, maybe a morning routine and an evening routine, those things build up. So if you have never read in motivational books before, when you get up in the morning, what I do is I have my tea and my aloe and my shake, and then I have been reading motivational books. I've been reading a couple I have here, as well as The Compound Effect. And then after that, I'll do some exercise, pick WhatsApp messages, emails, do some advertising, and then the rest of the day, whatever comes, you can deal with whatever comes. But you've got those routines in place, so you've taken care of those kind of things that are important. And then in the evening, as you wind down, Liesl also does maybe do your gratitude journal. Take a few minutes maybe to read again and just wind down your day and have those actions in place so that they become automatic. So some of our best intentions fail because we don't have a system of execution. So make it a routine that you do regularly without fail so that it becomes habit. And to reach new goals and develop new habits, it's necessary to create new routines to support objectives. And control those routines in the beginning of the day and the end of the day. And also check every now and again that these things are still relevant. Check that those things that you are doing are getting you in the right direction. Those habits are not taking you in the wrong way. And get into a rhythm and plan ahead. So we also need to track your behavior to see that you're moving ahead, and don't take on too much at once. If you don't get into something you can maintain, you're going to fall by the wayside and you'll stop doing it. The power of consistency. So be consistent. Don't stop and start. Sometimes we tend to do that. We have all these good intentions and we start doing something, and before they can actually become habit, we fall by the wayside. Try not to do that. And then they tell us about the pump well. So that's really showing us the consistency. You just have to keep going. You need to keep going for things to work. And sometimes you won't see immediate results. It takes time. Don't give up. And then the last thing, to change the world around you, you must first change the world within you. So it's all about changing yourself first, changing your habits, and then you will go in the right direction. And that's it, Leah.
Yeah, that was a great job, Marge. My goodness, wow. I was taking lots and lots and lots of notes here. And it's actually interesting because I'm busy with this book for the third time now. And hearing other people's perspectives of what they get out of it, I realized there's a lot of little things that I actually missed. And that's why I was writing down all the time. A couple of things that I just want to highlight that I got out of your training that you did. is that oftentimes we go with the flow, but that happens because we're not clear about our whys. We're not clear about what it is that we're meant to be doing. So if we're not making decisions about our actions, if we're not taking those decisions, someone else is taking them for us, and we end up living someone else's agendas for us. And that's not the way it should be. And that you can actually get those small adjustments made by improving your habits, getting rid of the bad ones and getting rid of the distractions. And if you do that on a daily basis, that's how you actually get the magic of the compound effect working for you, and that's how you start creating momentum. And then something that I think is very important that you touched on is the importance of having a great routine from morning till the evening, from when you wake up till you go to bed, and how that either sets you up for success or how it can derail your efforts completely. So I think, as nervous as you were and as much as you didn't want to do it, you actually did a brilliant job. So well done, great stuff.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thanks for adding those things.
Well done.
Anyone else have any other comments and things or questions you have for Marge? Fire away, guys.
So I think everybody read the chapter 3 and 4, and it's interesting now to discuss it also a little bit, your take on it. What did you take out of it? What did you put by yourself already into action? Because I think it's one thing to read it. The other page, the flip side of the coin is basically what you put into action. And being on a focus group, we all should be very quickly clear about where's our little downfall and where do we adjust, what do we change, what is our little habit. Perhaps the one or the other want to share here, the one or the other experience. I have here Ria, she says, I just want to congratulate you, Marge, on your awesome take on it. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you very much, Ria. To you, Marge. But Ria, we would like to hear from you also your feedback, basically. What did you take out of 3 and 4?
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. What I have always been very, very guilty of is having bad habits. I would get up in the morning with a list of things that I want to do, but the smallest little deviation would take my focus away, and I would actually find excuses not to go and do what I'm supposed to do. So, thanks, Marge. That was really a key factor for me to see that you have to stick to that routine no matter what. And yes, life happens, but you should stay focused and not dwell on the things that takes your attention and your focus away. That was really, to me, that's the most important thing out of the book, the habits, the bad habits that I have that I need to change. And I've implemented it since I started reading the book. And I must be honest, in the last 2 weeks, I've really made changes, leaps and bounds. I sometimes surprise myself. Like walking every morning, no matter what, whether the wind's blowing, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, I walk. I don't care what happens, and if the world falls around me, I walk. So that was the very first thing that I did. And it's really helped me a lot to start focusing. And you get up earlier because you've got a buddy or an accountable partner that you walk with. And it is so important for me to not let her down. So in the end, I think it's for her that I get up, but in the end, it's for myself.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's basically.
Brilliant. Can you feel now, Ria, just to repeat that quickly, so changing that small little habit that you decide getting up a little bit earlier and doing a walk, which seems not really business related, does it have any impact in your day overall or in your business?
Absolutely. You feel as if you've, the fact that I've done that specific habit over and over and over in such a way that I actually now look forward to it, I find that I'm now looking for other things that I can also install in my daily doings, so that I can get as good with that as well. So like March said, the WhatsApp messages and the advertising and speaking to all my customers on email and all those things that I now and then did, I now make a point of doing it daily, and it's just making a huge difference in and not just in me, feeling that I'm actually achieving something and that I am putting in my part to make this business successful, but also the response I get, it's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. If I can just, if you allow me, Ria, to be there a little bit personal, and hopefully everybody else allows me that. What I could see with Ria in the past, Ria was all over the place. And sometimes running around like a headless chicken. I hope I can say that, Ria, because she wanted to cater for everybody and everything, and nothing really fell into place. And she was even more frustrated through that. And for me, so interesting now, she just took one thing and started to make that a habit and a routine, and does not break that routine, doesn't matter what happened, as she explained just now, which is not related to the business at all, or not per se, but all of a sudden, she's so organized to the T, she's always available all of a sudden, and all the rest is like falling around it now, and falling into place. So interesting for me to see that from the outside, basically, and the way you appear is all of a sudden a complete different person. Absolutely brilliant.
And you're not the first person that's told me that. It's amazing. Even my neighbors, they say, "What's happened to you? You have changed."
Excellent. Perfect. Anybody else want to share an experience with us? Okay. Would love to hear during the course of the week as we go along and read further in the book. If you have a little, I hope you read also the book, if it's not the audio book, and you use a highlighter, and probably the section you highlight for yourself, maybe just not maybe, please mention that in a short message in the focus group so we know a little bit where we are right now, or what speaks to our heart and to our soul, or what do we want to implement right now. So please let's focus now as we continue reading that sections we take note of, specifically note of, that we share it in the group throughout the week, basically. As we go now towards the end of the book, we only have 2 more chapters to go. I think it's essential and crucial that we don't read the book just as a novel, that we really look what is basically impacting me so much that I want to put it into action. One thing actually was touching me a lot when I read that section about the horse and the guy who is riding the horse. Do we remember that story? When he was saying, I don't know the right direction of my horse. He was asking, why is he riding so fast? And he didn't know why and where he's going. And this is often how we are so busy with our life and not really knowing where we are going to. So I think basically by coincidence, almost by coincidence, the section we had early on with Patricia and we have now from you, Marge, was absolutely brilliant. We got a lot of value out of it, Marge. And you are a public speaker because you did it tonight. And you will do it just more often till you urge us that you can do the next call and say, please, please, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. You will just work brilliant. The most important is that you did it. You didn't deny yourself, you didn't stay away from it. You really put all the love and effort into it. So thank you very much. And interesting enough, the person who does the call, the person who teaches, these are actually the people who learn the most. So I trust, Marge, you got a lot of value out of it for yourself tonight in preparation. So thank you very much for sharing all your thoughts with us tonight. And obviously we look now who can do the next call, which is then for our focus group, the call 5, where it is about influences. So do we have everybody who puts up the hand? Without that, we need to call up the person.
I will do it, Pia.
This was Bronwyn.
Yes,
Yay! Got it. Without discussion. I know everybody else wanted to go first, but Bronwyn, get it? No problem. Okay.
So is that the next chapter in the
Next
book?
chapter 5, influences.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Perfect.
all of us share already during the course of the week, and then obviously March has the honor to send out the promotion on the group chat and do then also the promotion announcing you on the call next Monday. So thank you very much for that. And then obviously we need somebody for our members and supervisor academy. And there, unfortunately, I must disappoint you. I know somebody of you wants to do it. Hasim excused himself this evening on the call. He is basically with the family of a good friend of him who passed away, unexpected, so I think we all understand. But he already was asking me if he can do the next members and supervisor call. He wants urgently to share with us how he basically makes all his button responses. He's so... Who was on the Quick Start meeting yesterday evening, maybe you know and understand what I'm talking about. He's so chuffed how it works with the badge all of a sudden for him. And this is what he wants to share with us. And I think it's a great call for all the members, all the supervisors. I just want to see your thumbs up if you are happy with it when he's doing the call.
Yes, Pia.
Everybody all right? Do you think that is helpful for your members and for yourself?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, perfect. And I will confirm with him as well. Then we just need somebody for the Quick Start. So who is doing the Quick Start? Quick Start Sunday evening.
I can't do Sundays, Bea.
No.
You did it already, Liesl. Ruxana did it already.
Yeah, that, okay. Sunday evenings are a bit of a difficult one for me at home.
With Ria. I can't hear you, Ria, but
Your microphone.
Yay, perfect, super organized. I love that. Look, it's basically an honor to have that call and to hold the call, because it's at the same time a responsibility. And when I ask all of you, then I believe that you can do it. So I'm grateful for that. So we have Ria for Quick Start on Sunday. We have Hasim for the members call. And we have, so Hasim is promoting Ria for Sunday. We have Hasim, who will be promoted by Patricia, and we have Bronwyn being promoted by March. So we are organized for next week.
Yes.
One small reminder to everybody, and also inform your team, look who is on track for the LDW, because the early bird ticket is almost finished. So you want to have a look. There will be no extension for the early bird ticket. So if you don't have your ticket, get your ticket organized. There's still time to qualify, more than enough, but the early bird ticket will be finished. Okie dokes. Then I wish us all a super, super successful week. I say again, thank you very much to March. Let's continue with our book, and let's continue being focused with the focus group and put the compound effect, what we learn in the book, also into action. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good evening. Bye. Yes, Ria, you're right. You will get good exercise tomorrow.